Now, I have asked Yvette to be my running mate because I know she will work her heart out for Ohio's working people, and because of that, it is my pleasure to introduce my running mate and Ohio's next Lieutenant Governor, Yvette McGee Brown.
Deeply honored and beyond excited to join Governor Strickland as his running mate. I know this man, he cares about this state, and I am so excited to be able to work with him for the next 5 years. Before I get into my formal remarks, let me introduce to you my family. You've met my mother, who really is the reason that I am standing here. She lived the example of what hard work and sacrifice means. And when life gives you circumstances you don't plan on, she didn't complain, she didn't push us off on somebody else. She went out and worked to be able to support myself and my 2 younger brothers. So I just want to publicly say thank you. Children who are bearing probably the brunt of this more than anybody. Let me start by introducing my oldest daughter, Belinda Stockton, and her husband, Marcus. My middle daughter, Laura Brown. And my son, David, whose first question was, "What about me?" And then to my husband, who I have to tell you, I would not be doing this without his support. And he has been 100% on board, probably even before I was. Thank you very much. And as the president of the Center for Child and Family Advocacy, I've dedicated my life to working and strengthening families. And for 3 years now, I have watched this governor, his pragmatic, compassionate leadership, and seen firsthand how much he has done for Ohio's families, for our children, and for our future. The governor's vision for our schools to keep the fundamental skills and the 3 R's at the center of education are paramount. But he understands that success in life requires more than memorizing timetables, and that we have to challenge and inspire our children to not only repeat old answers, but to ask new questions. The governor's comprehensive education reform identifies the resources our children need inside and outside of the classroom so that they will graduate ready to thrive in their lives and in their careers. When Governor Strickland came into office, Ohio college students and their families had experienced a decade of annual tuition increases of 9%. Under the governor's leadership, Ohio has held the line on tuition costs, keeping tuition to the lowest increase in the nation over the last 3 years. You know, growing up, my grandmother and my mother fiercely believed in the power of education. They told me that it was our great opportunity. It's their advice that I followed that led me to Ohio University and to the Ohio State University College of Law. Under Ted Strickland's leadership, 65,000 more students are enrolled in Ohio's public universities and colleges today than 3 years ago. As my mother and grandmother would see it, that's 65,000 more people having access to opportunity. Ted Strickland has worked every day on behalf of families struggling in this economy. He's provided job training to a record number of Ohioans, cut property taxes for senior citizens, homeowners, and invested in job-creating programs in Ohio's fastest-growing, industries. I am proud to stand beside Ted Strickland today because though we were both brought up with modest means, we were both raised to pursue our dreams. I am proud to stand behind Ted Strickland because Ted and I know that we must invest in Ohio's future so that Ohio will always be a great place of opportunity for all its people. I am proud to stand beside Ted Strickland today because Ted and I know that ideals don't just come from boardrooms and conference room tables. There's plenty of wisdom to be found in Ohio's living rooms and kitchen tables. Stand beside this governor because Ted and I know that the definition of leadership isn't ignoring people's problems and hoping for the best. I'm proud to stand behind him because Ted and I share something so very important, the belief that we are blessed to call Ohio home. You know, Martin Luther King Jr.'s holiday was yesterday, and I've spent a lot of time reflecting on my grandmother these last few days. She was born on a sharecropper's plantation in Macon, Georgia in 1906. She grew up surrounded by the bitter sting of segregation, never being able to sit in a public restaurant or drink from a public water fountain during her youth. But she never let that sour her on life. She used it all the time to encourage us, and she always said to me that, baby, it doesn't matter where you start. It matters where you finish. It is what drives me every day. I've believed that throughout my life, and I want every child in this state to believe that, and to believe that Ohio is a place where they have great opportunity, that they can be anything they want to be, and if they want to go to college, college will be there for them. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart for this honor, Governor, and I look forward to working with you as we keep this state moving forward. God bless all of you for being here. Thank you so much.